Good.
UCLA coming
Yeah.
up this week. They've had a few kind of unexpected losses. What are you seeing out of the Bruins right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. You're looking at their pitching. They've given up a few runs. The ERA's up. I think part of that's because they've lost their freshman pitcher that was coming in with an ACL, and of course Paige McDuffie is struggling coming back with injury as well. So right now, that's the Achilles heel, if you want to say it, and we got to make sure we score. But they've been effective at times. They shut down Florida. They lost 2-1. So they can more than able to do it. Yeah.
What specifically do you want to see out of your team? Good defense, good hitting, especially against the Bruins.
Yeah, both. Obviously, with our pitching, we have to limit the walks and the free passes. That's been our Achilles heel a little bit too, is too many free passes. But our defense is playing well, so our pitchers have got to attack. And then offensively, we continue to do what we're doing with our top three, getting on base, and then having the middle of the order drive runs in.
Do you have an update on Jenna and how she's doing?
She has to see the doctor tomorrow. She's probably unlikely to play at this point. It's a pretty serious injury, but she's doing fine, and the prognosis looks really good.
Against UCLA, obviously that's a pretty good Pac-12 school that you guys have had some battles with in the last couple of years. What is this series going to mean for you guys?
Well, it's an opportunity to create some separation in the chase, obviously. There's several teams still there, Cal, Arizona. Obviously Washington came back and won 2 out of 3 against the Bruins. So, this is a long way done. But it would be great to come out of this with a series win. I think that's the goal, is to win the series if we certainly can.
Do you feel like Sheridan's kind of breaking through in her last couple outings?
Yeah.
Back to where she was?
Yeah. She's shown glimpses of that all year. She's got a high strikeout swing-miss ratio, but it's just, letting down with the walks and the free passes and getting behind. But, this weekend's going to tell a lot on what happens as far as she does.
Defensively, how do you adjust until Jenna gets back?
Yeah, well, we're fortunate that Lauren Linville can play all the positions in the infield and even outfield, and we can slot her in there, as well as Coral Costa, who played there in travel ball. So we have some kids that are familiar with the position. Are they as good as Jenna Lilly? Yeah, maybe. Obviously it's a bit of a step down. Jenna's an All-American and a great ball player, but right now, UCLA's got a couple of kids that can really drop a good bunt, so we got to be aware of that. Hopefully Lauren and Coral will have good pass.
As you have some time to reflect back on the first series at Jane Sanders, how did it go? How did the crowd accept you guys? And how did you think about it?
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was new for everybody, and just seeing how the crowd reacted and the kind of noise they made. They started stomping their feet on the bleachers, and I think they're still trying to figure out how to make noise. But it was a good feeling. So we're excited to see what happens now. We've got the outfield bleachers out there, another 1,000 seats possible. So we'll see what happens.
Did the team come away from the weekend, get off that sort of emotional high of the new stadiums? Did they come away from that the way you wanted them to?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, it's hard to, you try to say, just play the game, all that stuff, but, we all know it's difficult. First game with Jane Sanders, a little tentative maybe at times, but I think as the weekend went on, we got better, and hopefully this week, now with a full week of practice, knowing what the infield's doing, the infield's starting to settle a little bit, look better. To get a feel for the outfield with the artificial surface. There's no other one in the country that we play on this year, that's for sure. Different fence, different bounces, so we're really kind of giving it a good workout, and I like the way we're doing right now.
So kind of like a new glove. It's like you're breaking in the new stadium.
Very true, like a new glove. Yep, for sure.
As scary as that moment was for Jenna, you as a coach, how relieved were you to find out that for her sake she doesn't have to have surgery? It didn't turn out to be as bad as maybe thought?
Yeah, there's no doubt there's always that moment of relief about that, not only for her safety, but also for the team. Obviously losing a great ball player like Jenna would be a tough one, but, we try to prepare for that. We always try to prepare for the unexpected. We've had other people playing different positions during the year, but Jenna would have been a big loss, there's no doubt about it. Hard to replace a ball player like that, not only just with her play, but just her work ethic and infectious passion for the game.
Your team held Stanford to 7 hits over the weekend. What different challenges does the UCLA offense
A big challenge. They have more power for sure. They got several kids. Sadaraka's got good power. Gabriel Maurice. Spalding, there's Jelinek, you just go down the list and you go, there's a 5-star recruit, there's a 5-star recruit, and you just go down. They just haven't quite put it together, and hopefully we can delay them from doing it for another weekend. So, that's the big challenge for us, is to keep them from getting those big multiple innings.
Coach, what have you noticed about the park and the way it maybe plays a little bit differently?
Well, you know, I just felt like the other night, especially at night, the ball didn't carry as well. During the afternoon, during BP, the ball was really carrying.
Is that a wind thing?
I don't know whether it was the cool air or could have had something to do with it. Again, it's brand new. We don't really know what it's doing, but in BP, we've stuck them over the scoreboard and stuck them over that net, and the ball's really flying pretty well. But we've yet to really play an afternoon game because Saturday's game was kind of cool as well. But some temperature like this, I'll be interested to see what happens during BP and see how far the ball's going.